people say, oh, you're an entrepreneur. And I don't see that. I just feel as though I think there's an opportunity in everything.
You are an entrepreneur. You actually won Entrepreneur of the Year, didn't you?
That was so embarrassing, though. That was Malcolm's fault. Yeah,
Not your fault for being an entrepreneur, no?
No.
She said, I felt like Madonna in Africa. I think we all deserve our Madonna or Gwyneth Paltrow moments,
Absolutely
though, don't
do.
we? Definitely. Because it's tough, isn't it? Like being a woman in business.
Everything's an opportunity.
Thank you for tuning in to the Yorkshire Business Podcast. I've got a brilliant and inspirational businesswoman joining us on the podcast today. It's Debbie Whitehead, CEO of Clear Quality Limited. They've now been operating for around 9 years, but they've experienced 70% growth in the last 12 months alone. My name's Chloe. I'm the founder of OneSource HR, and I'm the host of the Yorkshire Business Podcast.
I'm Debbie Whitehead from Clear Quality Limited, based in Wath-upon-Dearne.
Lovely. And tell us, what does Clear Quality do?
So I'll go back to the beginning. So in 2017, I think I had a kind of little mini midlife crisis. I turned 40 and I decided to leave my job of 10 years and start my own business in quality management. And I think it's all about timing. So in 2017, there was a transition for the 9001-2008 standard to the 2015 version. So everybody in the country, in the world, had to do the migration to retain their certification. And probably a little bit naive, thinking, well, I'll just have a few clients local, and just have people, because I was travelling to London with my previous role. And so I thought, I'll just have a few clients local. But no, it just went berserk. So within 3 months, I think it was, 4 months, Darren joined the business. A couple of months later, Karen joined. And we've kind of just evolved from there now, nearly 9 years old. So we predominantly support local businesses, well, national businesses now, and international, with embedding quality management systems aligned to the ISO standards, whether that be quality, environmental, health and safety, aerospace, medical. There's lots and lots of standards that's out there, but we have kind of about 9 core standards that we embed. And while ever we've embedded systems, we always say to our clients, look, this is not our system, it's yours.
Mm-hmm.
It's bespoke to you. And it really annoys me when I feel that companies have to rely on the consultant. It's not the company's fault, it's the fact that the consultants or the providers not given them the knowledge and skills on how to manage that system themselves moving forward. So as part of our job is to give the people, the managers, the staff, the workforce, the understanding of what their role and responsibility is with a quality management system. So we embed a lot of training as well. And I would say out of our clients now for ISO, and we have around about 600-700 companies now we work with that we embed or we maintain systems and support them with maintenance in readiness for certification. Out of those, I would say 60% are manufacturing engineering.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, they need to have the UCAS certification kite mark. So we work quite closely with multiple UCAS bodies to come out and support the client with the certification.
Mm-hmm.
However, 40% of our clients are service providers,
Okay.
trust, academies, web developers, etc. They don't necessarily need a UCAS tick on their certificate. They just want a robust management system. So we decided to become a non-UCAS certification body within Clear Quality. So we're 9 years old now, and we have 4 arms to the business. Our core scope is quality management systems. We certificate around about 60 companies now with their full accreditation, their certification. We have a commercial training arm where we do 1-day courses, 2-day courses on internal auditing, quality management, Lean, Six Sigma, etc. And then it was in 2021, we were asked by one of our levy paying companies And a levy-paying company is a company that has excess of £3 million wage bill. They automatically pay into the levy tax. And one of our clients came to us and said, Debbie, can you deliver the Quality Practitioner Level 4 apprenticeship course? Can you be our apprenticeship provider? And I said, yeah, well, we can, but we can't just be an apprenticeship provider overnight. We have to go through a 12-month process with the ESFA at the time to be accepted onto the ROAP. In August 2022, we were accepted as a prime provider, and we're now the only. And I kind of say to people, this is what makes us different. Where there's around 2,000 plus training providers on the register approved, and we're the only one that is a ISO certification body as well. So that's our kind of USP. We embed systems, we award certification, and we can upskill people within the workplace as well.
Yeah.
So at the moment, we have around about 450 apprentices doing their level 3, 4, 5 with us. We are awarded 4 contracts for skills boot camps, and we deliver the shorter version, so a 12-week programme in quality management that then can progress to the level 4 quality management or quality practitioner level 4 apprenticeship.
Yeah.
So that's kind of us in a little bit of a nutshell with in regards to it's crazy when I actually tell people what we do and where we've started. It's crazy to think where we're at today.
Yeah,
exciting.
It's exciting, and I think it's incredible. And yeah, I think I love that we met, because for me, hearing how your business has grown and how kind of strategically all those things have come together as bolt-ons to have this kind of full turnkey solution for businesses, it's really inspirational. And I just love being around your energy, because for me, you're a real go-getter. You kind of say yes to everything and have a go and let's see if it'll work out, and why can't we do that? And I love that you've got that kind of, well, why can't we? Let's do it. It might take a year to become an apprenticeship provider, but why would I say no to this opportunity? There's kind of, the sky's the limit, isn't it?
Yeah, and you're right. I think everything's an opportunity. People, and I wouldn't, people say, oh, you're an entrepreneur, and I don't see that. I just feel as though I think there's an opportunity in everything. And you're right, I do say yes quite a lot, because I think, well, when we're asked by a client, our job is to service our clients the best way we can possibly service them and add as much value as we possibly can. We can't do everything. So we don't profess to do everything. We've got an amazing team of skilled experts within the business, but we also work with around 15 associates like yourself. You've helped us out many of time with internal solutions for us as on the HR side of the business, because we've not got a HR department. So it's about collaboration for me. It's about working with really strong people like yourself to add value to our clients where possible, and listening to people.
Yeah, definitely. And that definitely shines through. It's saying yes to what you confidently know that you can do and you can develop, but you're also super collaborative as well, and where you think, actually, I just want the best outcome for my client, and who would be the best person to do this? You have built up that reliable network of people that can do the right thing, and that's similar to sort of the ethos I've got for my business. You know, people say, why did you call it One Source HR? Well, the reason for that was I wanted my clients to feel like it was one source for everything. They could come to me and ask a question, and if I can't do it or I don't know the answer, I can go out and source somebody that actually can do it and do it really well for them. So that collaboration and building that network around you is really key. And you are an entrepreneur. You actually won Entrepreneur of the Year, didn't you?
That was so embarrassing, though. That was Malcolm's fault.
Not your fault for being an entrepreneur, no?
No, that was so funny, actually, because it was in COVID time. And obviously, when you win an award, you go to these big awards, and it's wonderful. This one was... they did put the award on, but it was just yourself that could go.
Yeah.
And it was just a small room. You had to wear a mask and everything. So I was ill, actually, before... just before the awards, so I phoned the little lady up and said, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to attend. At that point, I didn't know I'd won. And she went, what do you mean? You have to come. You've won. I'm like, oh, my gosh. So she says, can you do a video recording as a thank you? I said, yeah, absolutely. So I said, how long? She said, about 5-6 minutes. So I literally thanked God. I felt like Gwyneth Paltrow at the Oscars. I did all this recording. I sent it to her. And then, it's so embarrassing. So when it was the actual awards night, I was at home watching it live. And then my pre-recording had come up on the screen. But prior to that, people were just getting up and saying thank you and walking off. So I think with mine, when it renounced Debbie, my face came up on the big screen of my recording for 7 minutes, I think it was.
Yeah.
People were just like this, thinking, what on earth? But it was so good. Yeah, I was really proud of it, but funny as well. Funny just to... felt like it was Oscars.
Oh, funny. Do you know, that reminds me of a time my friend, I'm not going to say where she works, but she works in leisure, like children's activities, and this is so bad. They were putting activities on for, say, like children from disadvantaged backgrounds, and she was telling me about it. She's like, oh, Chloe, you should have seen all the little faces, and they're all running up to me, and they're all so grateful and thankful. She said, I felt like Madonna in Africa. You did not just say that, did you? It's funny. I think we all deserve our Madonna or Gwyneth Paltrow moments, though, don't we? Definitely. Because it's tough, isn't it? Like being a woman in business. Yeah. And I do wonder, like, you've been in business for 9 years now. What kind of sacrifices have you had to make along the way to build what is an incredible business that you've got now?
You know, I think, and people don't see that, other than my husband, bless him, and my son. They don't see what it was like for the first 3-4 years, where it was and don't get me wrong, my hobby is anybody asks me what's your hobby, it's work. I just love what we do. But the sacrifices at the beginning was every Saturday, Sunday training, learning, understanding how, just because I didn't know how to set a business up. It was my brother that helped me do that. I knew the subject and I knew I wanted to support other businesses. But a lot of my time in the first 3-4 years was just all work. Now I've got an amazing team where I trust them implicitly, where I can step back a little bit and think I can go on holiday and not worry because the team have got it.
Yeah.
You know, whereas before I'd take my laptop and I'd be in the room for 3-4 hours a day while my friends were out sunbathing. So, you know, it is, you have to do these things to if you want to succeed. It's the commitment, you know. And I think with COVID, we were 2 years old when COVID hit, and I let the office go. We had a little office. I let that go because I didn't know what was going to happen. So I carried on working from home. But fortunately, because of the amount of larger organisations that didn't have controls and systems in place, they didn't know how to then manage their staff working remotely. So therefore, we just grew. We doubled. So within 6 months, I got the office back. You know, and it's things like that. There's ups and downs all the time. But, I think I always say to people, you know, more so to probably my son, you can do anything you wish in life if you're committed and you really want to do it.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as I can't. You know, today I'm thinking, I can't do this, I can't do the podcast. But of course you can. You can do anything if you put your mind to it.
Yeah. I think there is a lot to be said for, like, having that determination, the just showing up day after day.
Yeah.
You might not know, like, what the end result is. It's just turning up every day and doing it again and again and again, isn't it, sometimes? Yeah. And, you know, recently we hosted an event together with Pete Shillito as well. And I was kind of panicking. I was like, oh, my God, like, I'm trying to get people here, but you know what people are like for events, and they're saying no. And I was like, what are they going to think? Like, what's Debbie going to think when I turn up and if nobody comes? And Alex was kind of saying to me, he was like, no, she gets it. She's been there. Yeah. Like, don't forget, you've been out on your own since August last year, and Debbie's been doing it for 9 years. Like, you can tell that, like, we've built a collaboration, partnership, and a friendship where I can look up to you and you want me to succeed, and you just get it because you've been on that entrepreneurial journey and built your business from scratch. Yeah,
it's right. And it's about supporting one another. You know, I couldn't do what we couldn't have done without you this year.
Yeah.
And I feel like I've known you for years and years. And this that we're doing now with Pete, I think this is really going to be exciting. It's an exciting opportunity and an industrial forum for the manufacturing for predominantly South Yorkshire, where we can really get people in. And we had such a good turnout yesterday, didn't we? And everybody loved it. It was so
they
good.
did. And I think it's because, we sat down and me, you, Pete, we've all worked in this kind of industrial sector in and around it throughout our whole careers. So we just kind of get like what these people want and what they need. And we knew it had to be different and it had to have value because when you're a leader of a business like that a lot of the time is under some kind of pressure or strain, you are time poor. So wherever you choose to spend your time, it's got to be really, really worthwhile. And I think that's where we succeeded yesterday. It was worthwhile for people.
It really were. And I think there's been a lot of traction. And the next one we're hoping to do December. I just think it's going to flourish, that I really do. Where, like you say, leaders can support one another. It can be quite lonely. I know we had... Oracle Precision there that were really, they're in a huge growth spurt where to support and work with other leaders, it'll just help each other. So it's exciting that. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, definitely. That opportunity to kind of share best practice, give advice, and even potentially for those leaders attending, meet a new client or meet a new supplier. Yeah. You don't know, do you? Like often we look far afield when what we need and who we need might be just round the corner in Rotherham.
Exactly. Yeah. Because your day-to-days just go so quick, don't they? You don't generally go out and network as much.
No.
So, it was really good.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. So, I mean, you work nationally and internationally now, but what does it mean to you to have a business that is rooted kind of right here in Yorkshire?
Oh, it's so good. I mean, the office that we were based on, we're still on Mambus, but I think that because it was on the pit, my dad worked at the pits in the 80s. And, I think it's just the fact that it's my hometown, even though it's Yorkshire, but I'm just outside my hometown as well. And I'm so proud of what the team have achieved. Yes, I started the business, but it's all about your team. It's all about the people that's got you back.
Yeah.
You can do anything if you believe, but then if you've got the right team to back that, that's what I'm super proud of, more than anything. Just having, a team of people in Yorkshire where we don't have, bizarrely, a majority of our clients, I would say now, on training side are national, but on ISO really are kind of just on the outskirts. But we're spending more time, because I think when you're starting a business, you take any business anywhere to grow. And we've never lost a client. So I'm very, very proud of the fact that we've retained all our clients. And going back to what I said before, it's not that they need us for their ISO, it's that they want us to just do quality checks, sample checks, and just, an external pair of eyes, just are they doing it right, or are they maintaining that? But yeah, for South Yorkshire, I'm super proud to have a business that we can have a real impact in the region.
Yeah.
We're working very closely with Simca as well now, for South Yorkshire Combined Authority, on our skills boot camps. And they're just amazing. We had graduation last year of all the achievers. And, I think they add so much value in organisations. It's not a full 12-month programme. It's a 12-week programme on quality.
Yeah.
And there's no, I always say to people or companies, quality is not one person's responsibility. It's everybody's responsibility in that organisation. So upskill your staff on letting them understand their role and responsibility when it comes to quality control and compliance.
Yeah, definitely. And I think one thing that you've really nailed as well is helping your clients kind of understand that learning is a lifelong thing. Yeah. It's not just for the youngest people in the workforce. Yeah. I know that I came to one of the graduation ceremonies that you had last year, and I brought somebody in my network with me, and they were really shocked because they turned up, they'd expected it to be a room full of sort of 16 to 19-year-old apprentices. And really, that wasn't the case at all, was it?
No, and that's it. It's the mindset of people thinking apprenticeships and skills and training is for the young generation, and it's not. Out of all our apprenticeships that we have 10 that are under the age of 19. All the others, out of 450 approximately, they're 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s.
Yeah.
You know, we worked with the Trailblazer Group and this is another thing where we're really proud. We worked on the Trailblazer Group for the governance, a new qualification called the Governance Officer Level 4. And, you know, our qualifications are not for your school leavers. They're for people that have been in work, in quality, that are upskilling. They've done the job, but they've never really understood why and how. But the Level 4 Governance Officer, I joined the first ever cohort that was ever run in the country. So we built the curriculum with the Trailblazer, and we delivered the first ever cohort. And I put myself under so much pressure because not only was, obviously, it's my business that's delivering that. We are EPA, so it's an external provider that do the marketing, but I put myself under so much pressure because, oh my gosh, I can't fail this. You know, and all the people, it were 10 ladies, by the way, that did the first ever governance level 4, which we're super proud. We all passed, and so that was such an achievement this year. But you're right, it's not for just your young generation.
Yeah.
Our courses are for your, you know, people that are in work.
Yeah, definitely. And I think we know that in the workplace, age discrimination is actually the most prevalent type of discrimination, and it kind of spans across all different ages. So you're never quite right. You're either, too young and a bit woke and a bit of a marshmallow or whatever they want to call you, or you're too old and a dinosaur resistant to change. And then you're somewhere in the middle where it's like, God, do we really want to take her on because she might go off and have a baby? So, you know, sometimes you're never the right age, and age discrimination is rife. But I think there is a bit of a misconception around people that are older being resistant to learning and resistant to change. And especially now where we've got a lot more of AI coming through and people sort of having that idea that people are resistant to it because they're afraid that AI will just take over and take their jobs and stuff, when actually in reality those older people are really valuable to us because all AI is for workplaces is another change management program. And those people have seen a change already where we've gone from fax machines and locked filing cabinets through to digitising everything. They've already been through a very similar change management process. So why would we not try and harness those skills and upskill them kind of further and invest in them?
Absolutely. And you'll be surprised how many, you know, we've got a lot, like I say, of adult education doing the skills boot camps or their apprenticeships. And they I think nowadays it's not just about the salary, is it? It's about where can you invest in me as an individual?
Yeah.
Can you give me training? Can you give me something different, additional to just a pay rise? So they feel more valued at work because the employer are investing in their staff, which then ultimately you're going to retain your people.
Yeah.
You know, all our staff have gone through an apprenticeship with either Clear Quality or Lucy, for example. Lucy came to us from school, and she went to Sheffield College to do her level 3, and she's now at Leeds Trinity University doing a degree apprenticeship with in marketing. So, you know, I think it's about how you look after your staff, how you flourish them, encourage them to learn, whether they're 16, 18 or 55 or 60. It's irrelevant, the age.
Yeah, practice what you preach.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And I think that shines through, like dealing with your team. You can see that they've got high levels of job satisfaction. They've got high levels of autonomy within their roles, because that's another kind of real intrinsic motivator for people, that the trust expands that far that you kind of let them. We don't care how you get from A to B as long as you get there. Do it your way and do it well, kind of thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So you've experienced like quite significant growth in your team, haven't you, in the past 12 months?
Yeah. So we projected in our plan to grow 30%, and we actually grew 70%.
Wow.
Which, like, it's a bit daunting thinking about that, actually. But it was down to the contracts that we were securing. You know, we tendered for 4 regional contracts. I'm thinking we might win 1. We won all 4, but that's down to Malcolm for his amazing tender writing. And we've done really well with those. So we've then been given direct contracts in some regions, which is exciting. So obviously the growth of the team, we've recruited 13 staff in the last 12 months, which is crazy when I think about it. But again, it's exciting. We've got a really exciting topic coming, or just starting with safeguarding support officer. So there's a lot of webinars going out, free for people. So please join wherever you can, because it's just knowledge and upskilling. You get a CPD certificate, no charge. But we're working with a large company now to deliver all their, in a children's residential, to deliver all their apprenticeships for safeguarding support officer. So that, I feel, is going to be a separate unit in itself in another 12 months for the business, because it's such a need. You know, colleges, schools, trust, academy, they all need safeguarding officers.
It's a whole new arena, isn't it? And I think, you know, obviously I talk a lot about myself being a trauma-informed practitioner, but I think safeguarding is even an element that is starting to come through as a need and requirement in private businesses as well. Personally, I feel kind of the role of HR and a HR generalist over the last decade has expanded beyond what is achievable for anybody. As a HR generalist now, you're expected to be an expert in mental health, change management, AI, menopause, sexual harassment, all these different things. And actually, I think there's a need for more specialists, and I do see an opportunity for safeguarding to come into that kind of HR practice a little bit more as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I think like what you just said there with sexual harassment, we predominantly work with manufacturing engineering, and, you know, we're working very much collaborative together now. You're supporting us with our apprentices for sexual harassment, and we want to really embed that within all our employers because it's a need. So it's again, it's going back to what we said before about that collaborative work. I can't do everything. You can't do everything, but together we can really add a lot of value and support a lot of organisations and individuals out there.
Yeah, definitely. So on that point, you've had some really major and exciting news and achievements in the past sort of few weeks. And touching on sort of the sexual harassment stuff, do you just want to expand on like how that came about and what it is that you've achieved?
Absolutely. So we had our Ofsted. You know, it's been one of those things that we had our monitoring visit in January 2024, 23. Yes, 23. Was it 23? I can't remember. But anyway, so we had our Ofsted on the 29th of July, which is my son's birthday. They came. And as part of our services, we do a lot of enrichment courses. We do British Sign Language. It's not in the curriculum. It's an added value that we add to our apprenticeships. And you kindly supported us that week and did a session on sexual harassment to our 16 to 18-year-olds. And the lead inspector was the one that was observing you.
Not nervous at all.
We had nine inspectors come out to us, which were just crazy. I think there was a couple that was remote, but for a small business like us,
intense.
Oh, it was so intense. You know, we didn't expect that many inspectors to come, but Jackie, who was the lead inspector, she observed yourself doing the session, and it was amazing. She said to me, she said, "Debbie, I've done so many sessions on sexual harassment. I've been through so many courses, but in that 90-minute slot that I watched Chloe, I've learned so much." And I was like, "Oh, that's amazing." So she was really, really pleased, which helped us overall achieve good across the 6 judgment areas, because you have your 4 key judgment areas and then your apprenticeships and skills boot camps that we deliver. So now, on the back of that, you're supporting us with all our apprenticeships, not just the 16 to 18, because I think it's not just a tick box for Ofsted. Ofsted's there and it demonstrates that we've got that level of control and we're doing the right thing. But it's about where we can add value to our clients more than anything to me. So you've kindly helped and supporting us now. So that's wonderful.
Yeah, no, brilliant. Thank you for that. But yeah, tell us what a good means, because a good is not easy to achieve, right? Across all 6 areas.
No, it's not. And I think it's changing now, but I think for all providers that have good, the good is not good terminology. I think good should be amazing, because what we have to go through as a provider and the scrutiny, and so we should, you know, we're drawing down government money to support individuals in their development. So we should be. You know, I've worked 25 years in training providers, and I've seen the good, the bad, and, you know, and that kind of what changed my thought process in starting Clear Quality, to kind of move away from that industry. But then I've just done a full circle and gone back. But yeah, good is just, it is tough, you know, just orchestrating where to put these inspectors 9 to 5 for 5 days.
Yeah.
4 full days they came out. So when you've got that many inspectors for a small department like us, you know, we employ 35 staff now, but we're still quite relatively small to have that many inspectors. So Beth did remarkable. Beth is my training director, and without her, I don't know what we would be, because she's just done remarkable. She orchestrated the whole visit. She told all the inspectors where they was going to be. I was kind of running behind, following Beth, and ensuring she was all right more than anything. But yeah, it were intense. The inspectors were lovely, you know, and they were doing their job. They were deep diving, checking what we were doing was right. And a deep dive is quite intense because it's looking at everything. It's picnicking every element of that course. But yeah, we were so relieved and proud, super proud to get good across the board. Good. Even the inspectors say good's not the good name. It's not a reflection of what actually you do. We got elements of verbally of outstanding of what we were doing. But I always think to get outstanding, there's only one way. Where we got good, there's improvements. And I think you've always got to improve. We're a PDCA, we're Plan, Do, Check, Act company. It's all about improvements and how you can continually improve what you're doing. So I'm glad we didn't get outstanding. I know secretly some of the guys are thinking we should have been outstanding on that element. But I'm glad we didn't, because it's about improvements now, how we can continually develop. So yeah, we were super happy.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you.
Amazing. What's next for Clear Quality? World domination?
Of course. I think for this year, we just want a bit of calm. I said to the team yesterday, I've got meetings with all the staff this month, and I'm trying to just calm now for a few months, because there's been so much change. We've had lots of new people coming into the business. We've won large contracts, which are all exciting things. We've obviously had Ofsted. We've introduced new qualifications. Which is another milestone for us, we've just bought our building. So we now own the Clear Quality building, which is wonderful. So I just want a bit of calm for the next few months. I think for us this year is fulfilling our contracts with the boot camps. So if you're based in Lincolnshire, South Yorkshire, North Yorkshire, and Nottinghamshire, East Midlands, we have skilled boot camps that are available and highly funded. So if that's of interest, then have a look at our website. But for now, just a bit of calm. Next year, world domination.
I think that's wise though, isn't it? Because you know, you see it all the time, the whole boom and then bust thing if you go too fast. And I think there's something really important with what you do, and me kind of knowing your business a little bit as well, is protecting that culture that you've got and bringing in sort of 13 new people in a year. That's a tough job in itself. So I think you're doing the right thing.
And you're right. I've worked for a company it went too big too quick, and I don't want to do that. I want to organically grow as we have done, even though 13 people in 1 year is quite a lot. Just calm a little bit now. And it's all exciting, but lots and lots of things coming our way. January, we've got an exciting thing coming up, and I'll shout about that later. But watch out for that for New Year, because that will just, again, it's adding value to what we do as a business and our clients. So it's a partnership that we're working with. So super exciting times.
We'll have to get you back on then in January to shout about the next thing.